Spoilers, 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 spoilers. Man, this episode was something else. I watched Titan season 3 finally. I watched the first 3 episodes, of course, because it's not fully out. So I enjoyed the first 2 seasons. I would have to say the first season was probably the better one. The second season was okay. Like, just based on even the IMDb ratings, I'm quite surprised that it's pretty spot on. I mean, it may not be 8.3 or 8.4. I think these ratings are pretty high for this quality of a TV series. I think if you were to change these eights into like sevens, I think it's pretty accurate for me. And as for season two, a lot of these ratings that are in seven should probably be in six. Of course, this experiment of where Superboy finally is established is pretty good. So I think that's a reasonable rating for that episode. And yeah, the ending, the final episode of season two was an absolute letdown. Right? It was horrendous. I think like the moment Connor was introduced, and right after Jericho's story, like Deathstroke's backstory with his son and all that, I think it really went downhill from there. But season one was really good. I enjoyed season one, especially the new take on the characters, and of course, you can clearly see that they're lacking budget to do certain things, especially like animate Beast Boy as well as they're animating uh, Starfire or Raven. And also Donna's introduction was great. Hank and Dawn, beautiful story in general. But man, season three really takes it up a notch. I have to say, the first episode I felt was a little bit not up to my standards because I'd expect more of a fight between Jason and the Joker. I really thought that of course he's gonna get beaten up by the Joker, and Joker's probably just going to do it in a very simple, I'm just going to beat you to that kind of way. But I'd expect Jason to be a bit more resourceful, being the new Robin and all. I thought he'd actually like scout the area a little better, use some gadgets, and this is what I really don't understand. Even in the new Batman, The Long Halloween Part 2 especially, Batman doesn't really use any of his gadgets or his tools at his arsenal. Like you really gotta use everything you're paying for. You're a billionaire, you have so much of money, and what makes Batman a superhero is his gadgets. Like he's clearly not physically superior, to taking on like people like Bane or whatever. So he has to rely on these tools. And I felt the first episode for me was not good enough because Jason just went down. Like being a fan of the Snyder cut and all of that. There's even a part when one of the interviews when Zack Snyder actually talks about how Robin doesn't go down easy. He goes down swinging. He goes down swinging to the Joker. And I believe that was Dick Grayson Robin, and this is a Jason Todd Robin, which is two different Robins. But regardless of which one it is, a Robin is Batman's sidekick. Like Batman trusts that person with his life. I'm pretty sure that person will be an excellent fighter. First of all, physically, just like peak performance athletically, in terms of strength and stamina and all of these things. And to just go down to the Joker just like that, I felt was really anticlimactic. They should have at least used some kind of, Joker gas or some poison, some weapon or something. He gets like shot by a dart or an arrow or a gun. I mean, what does it matter? It's the Joker. It's not like he has to use a physical, like a tool, like a crowbar or something. He could use a gun to shoot him down first and then smash his head in the crowbar because he's nuts anyway. But I like the conclusion where we find out that Batman actually beat up the Joker to death, and that's how he gives up being Batman and leaves Gotham in the hands of Dick Grayson, who is now Nightwing. That ending, like that part, was really nice. I felt that that was what we want to see from these Titans because this is clearly the adult Titans that we always wanted. This is more of the adult show, so they can actually take these more serious tones and talk about the violence, talk about the horrors of crime, and the pain of losing a person, and the kind of moments that people would actually go through when they realize how certain people mean to them, especially how Jason Todd and Robin are both like sons to Batman. And if you lose a son to a madman and knowing that you have all the strength in the world to put that guy to a stop, I mean, it's really 50-50, isn't it? You could be the guy who does it or the guy who doesn't. And more than often, maybe not 50-50 anymore, right? Yeah, more than often it doesn't go the right way. So, the next episode, Red Hood, I felt was pretty like straightforward. It was very simple episode, nothing really that special. And especially like the entire gathering of the Titans was nice to see. Establishing themselves again and trying to solve the crime and all of these things that are going on. I felt that there needs to be a bit more of an element of mystery, especially in the way that the what do you call these puzzles are given out to the team to solve. There's this chess. What do you call this? Opening attack, or rather that they're talking about, and there's a defense that they got to come up with to solve that. That's how they try to solve the mystery of what's really happening around the city. But before they could solve that truly, like properly done, what do you call this? Hank, or rather Hawk, apparently gets attacked by what do you call this? The Red Hood, because he does something absolutely stupid. And I felt that entire scene was stupid. He goes to this random location, knowing full aware that this it could be a trap. He strips down, buck ass naked. He dives through a swimming pool, and then gets caught by Red Hood, and he gets what do you call this? A bomb planted in his heart. I felt that the entire sequence of things leading up to it, like the Titans being so like trying to be intelligent and trying to solve things for like a quick short moment, and then everything just going downhill because of an idiot. I felt it's just off-putting because of how they are all Titans. They are intelligent, obviously, to know when things are a trap and when things are not. And as much as a numbskull Hank can be, I'm pretty sure that this was just too plot convenient, to say the least. Anyway, before they could finish solving the crimes that are happening, and solving all the puzzles and whatever, I felt the climax of having a bomb in Hank's chest was okay, a little bit of a twist, a bit interesting and all that. But I really expected them to be able to solve things in time to save Hank. um and it was very like I barely kept it in my mind, the possibility that it would go southwards, and it really went south, man. It like the fact that the trigger was in a gun in Dove's hands, and Jason, laughs it off, saying, "Oops, the trigger was in your hands," and there was 5 seconds left, like 5 heartbeats left, basically, which could be less than 5 seconds. But who cares? Because Superboy is going at the speed of sound basically to reach Hank, and he would have been able to cut off the trigger if he had reached there in time. But within those 5 seconds, because Dove chooses to shoot Red Hood, she is the one who triggers the bomb that's on Hank's heart, and then that ends up in the tragic death of Hawk. And that was really insane. Also, I mean, I really don't understand how Red Hood was clearly in front of Nightwing, and Dove could just disappear. Like that thing, I think was just like, at least make it a little bit more realistic. Like make it that he pops a smoke grenade, or he takes a trap door, or he throws something at them to blind them, a flash of light. I mean, some misdirection, instead of just like he's standing in front of you 1 second, and the camera turns towards the person, turns back, and he's not there anymore. Like the people are still looking in that direction. He couldn't have just run off right in front of them, especially not in front of Nightwing. That guy would have just gone down and beaten the crap out of him. So I think certain things need to be a little bit more realistic. But I really like this, the tension in the plot and the plot twist. I felt all that was beautifully done. Also, the anticipation that built up to it was, the characters actually showing a more emotional bond to each other. They set up that sort of foundation really well before they smashed it down, just to make us feel it for Hawk and Dove. And having the episode itself titled Hawk and Dove, I felt was really, it's kind of expected that something was going to go wrong, but man, it did really, really go wrong, didn't it? And I mean, there's quite a few episodes left that are upcoming. I'm really looking forward and hoping that we get to see a little bit of these glimpses of geniusness. Some moments of intelligence in these episodes that keep us guessing, keep us wondering, keep us hoping for something better than any ordinary TV series, because we just don't want the same drama going on and on. We want these kinds of thrilling things that set the tone to tell you that the stakes are high, that people can die, and this is the real life of crime that these superheroes are facing. And as goofy as they are in certain scenes, just walking, wearing their suits and walking out in the streets, there's actually a lot of seriousness to what they're doing. They're actually saving lives, and sometimes, you know, uh, they lose their own in the process. And man, what an episode it was! What an opening 3 episodes for Titan season 3. So I'm pretty sure that things are going to get better from here on out, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the future. So I ideally would like to review the season all the way to the end, but I had to talk about this episode because it was pretty insane and probably the best Titan episode I've seen across 3 seasons. Because this was like what Jason Todd did was very much closer to what the Joker would do, which pulls us back to the possibility that maybe there is still a Joker somewhere. It may not be a physical, like a person, but it could be a sort of a subjective manifestation where what if the Joker is still there as a symbol, in Jason's heart? Because the one who beat him up was the Joker, and the one who has tortured him for the rest of his life was the Batman. And it is possible that he's taking traits from both these people to do what he's doing, which is what makes the Red Hood such a threat. And what he just did was so much like the Joker, just set up this insane chain of events and make the characters realize that they can be broken from the inside out. And that was pretty cool, man. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.